Thousands flowed through the rainy streets of Memphis this day, finishing a march that Dr. King planned to lead in support of striking garbage workers. The night before he died, Martin Luther King spoke of having been to the mountaintop and seeing the promised land that America could be. He had told them that 2 years ago in Albany, Georgia, you reach that promised land by getting the weapon of nonviolence, the armor of truth, and you just keep marching. In Memphis, ABC newsmen met some of those marchers.
These people, black and white, but mostly black, came to march for different reasons. To some, the issue of striking garbage workers was foremost. To others, the strike was minor. They came out of grief. ABC correspondents Ted Koppel and Jim Burns talked with some of them.
It's kind of easy to get lost in one of these huge demonstrations. Did it have any personal meaning to you anymore?
Did it have a personal feeling to me? Sure. I always have a personal feeling because I am a Negro. And this is something maybe you don't understand by being white.
We'll all gather together where people need help to help each other. And we will not be defeated by this tragedy, the death of Dr. King. And if anything, it will help us get together so that we can accomplish our purpose more quickly than ever before.
Were you disappointed at the fact that the turnout of the white community was relatively small? I didn't see too many whites marching.
Today, no, not really. No, I wasn't disappointed at all. Because that's something that here in Memphis, it's not a disappointment to us.
You didn't expect it?
I guess not.
Did you know Dr. Martin Luther King? Did you know what he stood for?
I didn't know him personally, but I did know what he stood for.
Now, why did you take part in this demonstration today? Just because there was a huge crowd, or did you have any personal reason?
Well, I took part in this march today because of Martin Luther King and what he stood for, because this march is what he died for. And I think if he died for it, I could carry out what he started.
Now, do you know what he stood for?
Yes. He stood for nonviolence and peace for all men of all kinds.
Do you believe in that?
Yes, I do.
How well I remember his prophetic words as he cried out his dream. A nation free from poverty, a nation free from injustice and inequality. Well, I want to say to Martin today, and I want to say to you today, that I do not have a dream, but I have a vision. Until we lose our feet and the strength to march, until we lose our power to vote, until our voices are silent in the tomb, we will continue to cry out for the rights of our people and all American citizens in this country of ours.
The new leader of the movement aroused the crowd, but on this one day, he was overshadowed by another voice. The widow of Martin Luther King spoke with an eloquence born of grief and a spirit sparked by hope.
I was impelled to come. Three of our 4 children are here today. And they came because they wanted to come too. And I want you to know that in spite of the times that he had to be away from his family, his children, knew that Daddy loved them. And the time that he spent with them was well spent. And I always said, it's not the quantity of time that's important, but the quality of time. I ask the question, how many men must die before we can really have a free and true and peaceful society? How long will it take? If we can catch the spirit, which I believe, and the true meaning of this experience, I believe that this nation can be transformed into a society of love, of justice, peace, and brotherhood, where all men can really be brothers.